Welcome Right Path from Taiwan.
Okay, thank you. My name is Jason Skinner. I'm Business Development Manager for BizEditors.com. We are an online translation and B2B services provider. Now, before I joined the company, I worked 10 and more years in Taiwan's financial industry. And at that time, I discovered how difficult it is for companies to find quality online translation and editing services. So that's also the reason that BizEditors this year has entered strongly into the B2B translation market. And our success has been tremendous so far. In terms of word count, our volume has nearly doubled every month since we began our promotions in May of this year. Our revenues have increased 120% on average each month, and we have 50 paying customers currently. This has contributed to our company's annual revenues of nearly $500,000 this year. Now, what makes us special? Why do we have that reception? In a word, it comes down to our positioning. We offer a unique combination of high-quality human translation supplemented by cloud-based translation learning and a proprietary quality management process that altogether allows us to deliver the highest quality in the market. And it's that quality that B2B clients are willing to pay a premium for. Now, in terms of the product, this is what the customer sees. Large or small, the platform is the same for every company. And any designated user within the company can upload his or her document to the platform and submit it for translation. And it's important to note that there's no hassle between jobs in finding different quotations by the job. Across the company, they pay a single flat rate per word, and our current business model is averaging 7 cents per word. And the customer prepays a certain amount of words that they use during the period, and it's drawn down from that as they submit documents. Now, beyond the user interface, what's really cool is the background management system, translation content management. We call it T-Booster, which stands for Translation Booster. And what it does is it analyzes documents real time to compare against the client's own past work as well as a growing translation glossary. And what that does is it eliminates redundancies and lowers the effective word count. And that creates savings for the customer, increases quality. And it's important to note that the savings increase over time. As the client submits more work to us, the translation glossary grows, and that creates a degree of lock-in for us, so that they have an incentive to continue doing business with us. Now, beyond the technology, our people are really what's key. We have a great team. Crowdsourced, we're able to access 10,000 or more translators that give us access to 121 different language pairs. And our professional team here in Taipei numbers 15 people. And it's led by our CEO, Mr. Charles Chin. He's an award-winning serial entrepreneur. And our Chief Technology Officer, Stefan Schultz, is very proficient. He's the inventor of T-Booster, as well as many other ongoing solutions that we have in the company. And our overall team has account managers and sales staff targeting every major region of the world. And that's what's really cool about BizEditors is the global opportunity that we face. It's a growing market that's undersupplied. And our positioning within that market is one of only 10 companies that have this kind of cloud-based translation solution. This gives us better scalability and better quality in the market, and allows us to approach a market that's projected to attain $47 billion next year, growing 12% each year thereafter. Now, as far as our competitors, the landscape is very fragmented. There's a lot of individuals, freelancers, and mom-and-pop shops. For those people who do offer services, they're very small and fragmented. only a small handful of companies offer this kind of positioning that we do. And it's important to note that Gango of Japan, for example, is one such company. They've attained $12 million of capital of funding in their Series B round last year, led by Intel Capital. And a new startup, Smartly in New York City, attained Series D, $25 million US dollars. But we have our own advantages. This is obviously being recognized by the market, by the investment community. And we have our own advantages, including the ability to grow our market from a unique exposure to Greater China. So our story is that we're expanding to meet these opportunities. Our sales team is opening offices in Japan, in Beijing and Shanghai right now, and we're looking forward to expanding to Korea, Japan, and the United States. We're looking forward to our Series A funding round upcoming, and this will build on our successful seed funding in June of this year, where we raised $525,000 US dollars, led by BizEditors. So we've got a lot of ambition and a lot of promise, and we're happy to share our success with our investors. Thank you. Any questions?
How can you guarantee the quality of the translation and the confidentiality of the document?
Yes, we sign non-disclosure agreements with our translators. That's especially important because one of our key target markets is the financial industry. I worked many years in the financial industry. I know how important that is, especially to maintain forward-looking market information. So that's a very stringent requirement that we have. And in terms of our quality, we have a recruiting process, thorough testing of each translator. For the folks that when we do crowd sourcing of translators, we have partners who have applied the same standards. Yes, sir.
Are there any examples of issues where there has been? Any examples of issues that there has been problems with translation, something that you caught after, some redundant process, or the client is even able to show that there's any issues?
Well, we have we incentivize our clients to provide feedback, and that's also part of the process where we engage our clients and gain their trust. And yes, we do have cases where we go back and review, and we always go the extra mile to meet our clients' concerns. But we have very few incidents like that. We have a very satisfactory retention rate and a very satisfactory response rate from our clients. But we do have processes in place to ensure that we maintain that quality.
What's your business priority, to acquire the customers or to acquire the translators, high quality translators?
Well, they go hand in hand, and especially as we try to leverage certain subsegments of the translation market, and it's very important to have translators that have the expertise to address that market. So our recruiting process is a very important part. As we move forward into any subsegment of the translation market, we make sure that we've got the translators to back it up. And we're successful in following that.
I think it's quite a competitive market when you consider the platform business or translation. So what's your strengths or your differentiation factor with other competitors?
Our differentiation is that we're not the fastest and we're not the cheapest, but we offer the highest quality. And that's because we have our proprietary system which leverages our highly qualified translators through the T-Booster system, which automates the quality process. And that ensures that translations are highly standardized and meet the customer's expectations. And as I say, the folks who directly do the same thing we do are very few in the world. And we've got plenty of room to grow before we bump up against them.
Okay, so you talked about your competitive advantages, but how does that translate into your, for example, revenues? Does that mean you're getting your average order is higher than Ginkgo's because you're more professionalized and specialized, or what?
No, I'm sorry.
Could you give a sense of like how does that translate into your business, results when you say you have better, more professional content?
Well, we have been a secret shopper to Ginkgo. We have submitted our own test cases to them, and we've also surveyed our own clients regarding Ginkgo. And they're a fine company. They definitely fulfill a niche, and they have the same crowdsourced translation concept that we do, but they don't have the same technology, and they don't have what we think is the standardization in terms of being able to standardize the quality process and leverage high-quality translators. So I have nothing against Ginkgo, but we do something which is a little bit different.
Yeah, I guess what I'm asking is how does that come out numerically? Like, are you getting higher priced orders? Are you doing turnarounds faster? Like, what is the actual end result?
Well, I don't have financial results that I can share right now, but I can say that we do charge a premium for the quality that we do provide.
Okay. I'm afraid that's all the time we have for Q&A.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.